Welcome to Curtis Goes Corner, coming to you from a secret underground base in occupied America. Hey folks, welcome back. Just when you thought you've heard everything and every BS excuse there is, here is the head of the FBI, Christopher Wray, which, by the way, was appointed by Trump, one of his many mistakes in appointing people. He won't make that mistake if he gets another opportunity for a second term. Now they're saying that when he got hit in the ear, it might not have been a bullet, even though it shows a picture, that high-speed picture of the bullet whizzing by, passing his head after it went through his ear. They can't allow the talking point that Donald Trump took a bullet for the country. They can't allow that. They even had Mark Zuckerberg, who's probably just trying to cover his own ass, but he even said that was one of the most badass things he's ever seen after Trump got hit. Now, let's look at this logically. He was looking straight forward, President Trump. They put a big, on the Giants jumbo screen, a chart of immigration. And just a millisecond before that bullet went by, he turned right to look at the chart on the screen. If he hadn't have done that, it would have hit him in the side of the head or in the temple, and he would have died. At the last second, he turned his head, and the bullet went through the top of his ear. Now they're saying they're not sure if that was a bullet that caused the injury. Might have been a ricochet. From what? There was no ricochet. They showed the bullet that whizzed by his head. It's a famous picture. He put up his right hand when he got hit, and he bent over and knelt down and got behind the podium. Now, what was between the shooter and President Trump? Nothing. That was part of the point why these guys are getting raked over the coals. It was a clear shot with nothing in the way. What did it hit? What did it hit? They're saying the only thing they can think of is it hit the podium, and a piece of the bullet ricocheted or something on the podium busted off and hit him. So let me see if I understand this right. He's looking right. He's looking straight at the big screen TV. The shot comes in, and they say hit the lectern, the podium, busted a piece off it, hit his ear. So the piece went all the way, changed direction, went all the way around in a circular motion and hit his ear. These people are so full of shit. And here's the problem. 30-40% of the country believes it. Believes it. Oh my God, let's read on. Well, if you needed something else to undermine your faith in the FBI, you have it now. During testimony before Congress on Wednesday, FBI Director Christopher Wray couldn't even confirm whether former President Donald Trump was hit by a bullet or just a piece of shrapnel during the attempted assassination. A piece of shrapnel from where? That went a circle around his head, changed direction midair? Despite hours of questioning, Wray claimed twice that the FBI hasn't figured out what exactly grazed President Trump's ear at the rally. See, this way, he's looking even-handed. Well, we haven't done a full investigation, and we really haven't figured it out yet. You are so full of shit. He told Representative Kevin Riley, Republican of California, my understanding is either a bullet or some shrapnel is what grazed his ear. It didn't graze anything. It went through his ear. Seems like the FBI is still fumbling around with the basics. Later during the hearing, committee chair Jim Jordan asked Wray if investigators knew where all 8 bullets fired by Thomas Crooks ended up after the shooting. Well, we know where 4 of them went. One went through Trump's ear and was right behind the famous picture. You can see the bullet. 2 and hit innocent bystanders in the audience. They were in critical condition, but now I guess they're stable. They're going to make it, thank God. And that poor gentleman, Corey, that when he heard the first shot, threw his wife and daughter down on the ground and covered them like fathers do. That's what men do. He was hit and died. It's unbelievable. Jim Jordan did not follow up any questions about the shrapnel. Why? So how can shrapnel change direction and go around in a circle, a semicircle, and hit his right ear? It's impossible. Speaking at the Republican National Convention just days after the assassination attempt, Trump said the bullet came within a quarter of an inch of taking my life. And it's true. I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear, the former president described the scene. Trump's former White House physician, Representative Ronnie Jackson of Texas, later told a conservative talk show that he examined the wounds in the days immediately after the shooting. It, meaning the bullet, was far enough away from his head that there were no concussive effect from the bullet. And it just took the top of his ear off. If that is the FBI's position, we have a problem. Even the left-wing fact-checking site Snopes had debunked the rumors that Trump was struck by broken glass, and Snopes is about as left as they come. That's like Axios. Immediately following attempted assassination of former President Trump on July 13th, skepticism over the notion that Trump had actually been hit by a bullet was fueled by anonymously sourced reports, always is, that he was not struck by a bullet but hit by a glass fragment. From where? There's nothing between the shooter and President Trump. They say it might have hit the podium, and a piece busted off maybe from the teleprompter. None were indirect between the shooter and President Trump. The teleprompter was not in there. It curved like a curveball in baseball and came back around. It doesn't work that way from a teleprompter that had been hit by a bullet. Reporters from both Newsmax and Axios reported on the source making this claim because they can't allow the fact, the talking point, that Donald Trump took a bullet for the country. They just can't allow it, period. Just like the Democrats can't allow Kamala Harris being the border czar all those years when millions were flooding over the border. Now they're saying she never was a border czar. And all the left-wing media outlets on the internet and such, actually with as far as TV media as well, are taking down from the internet all the times they called her a border czar. And there's dozens and dozens of them in 21 and 22. But once you're on the internet, you're on there forever. And they, of course, people found them. Oh, unbelievable. Which was then amplified by other outlets, including Raw Story. Some went so far as to claim the purported disclosure evidence of a stunt. This was, however, no evidence to suggest that anything other than a bullet caused the wound to Trump's ear. And these early reports to the contrary have largely been walked back. What they do is they just ignore them. They can lie, say anything they want to, and then when they're called on it, they just don't respond, and they leave it there. The assertion that glass, not a bullet, caused the injury is undercut by the fact that photographs showed no damage to the teleprompters allegedly hit to produce the broken glass. Oh, really? And there's tons of angles. People had their cell phones out. It's like the old days. Everybody can get on the video now. And the teleprompter was not hit. New York Times photograph capturing a bullet passing by Trump's ear, and by the fact that Trump later stated on the Truth Social that a bullet had, in fact, pierced his ear. It's a famous picture. You see the bullet whizzing by after it went through his ear. Unbelievable. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Trump's description of the wound matches photographs of his ear after he was hit, prior to being removed from the stage. Why is it that Snopes can't figure out that Trump was indeed struck by a bullet, but the FBI can't? Is the FBI run by anti-Trump conspiracy theorists? It's just incredible to me. Every once in a while, I'll see the FBI director in a congressional hearing. And every once in a while, I think he's trying to get some credibility back. Saying things that Democrats don't necessarily like. What the hell is going on? And Trump has nobody to blame but himself, frankly. Of course, he listened to other people when he appointed Christopher Wray to head the FBI. And the FBI is doing the investigation. It's incredible to me. It's like at the end of World War II, when the Germans were put up in trial at Nuremberg, that the new German government that was left after the war was going to investigate the ones that were on trial. You got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. And the problem is 30 to 40% of the American voters believe this bullshit. They can't have the talking point that Trump took a bullet for America. I mean, they can't allow it. And of course, once it's debunked, they'll just move on and never take responsibility for lying. It's unbelievable. Of course, this may be self-serving in a way because Christopher Wray knows he works at the pleasure of the president. And if Donald Trump wins again, he's going to have to find a new job. God knows where. Don't want to know, don't care. I think this man had a little bit of credibility left. Not anymore. So a bullet hit a glass teleprompter, which wasn't broken after the shootings. 8 shots, I believe. The podium that he was standing in front of got a piece busted off by a bullet, went around in a circle, changed direction, mind you, went around in a circle and hit his right ear because his left ear was facing the podium. And no teleprompter was broken. Everybody's got it on film. It's indisputable. There's no other way. What is that? Occam's razor? The easiest explanation is usually the correct one. When there's nothing between the shooter and President Trump, that means the bullet that caused the injury did it directly. And the New York Times photograph shows the bullet in super slow motion. You can see the outline of the bullet going past him. You don't have to be Columbo or Sherlock Holmes to figure it out. And here he is. He was told, don't say that the bullet hit his ear. Say, we're still investigating it all. We're not really sure. That's the best you can do. Put a little bit of doubt in people's minds, the 5 and 10% that were sitting on the fence about Trump, and maybe have them question if that was real or not. You got to be freaking kidding me. But that's exactly what happened. Just like Kamala Harris wasn't the border czar, even though she was. They're pulling out all the stops. All the stops. They are scared to death that Donald Trump will be reelected for another term. They are terrified. Terrified. I'm going to show a video later where Biden gave his speech. They said it wasn't taped, but these morons are so stupid that the speech started, it was at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you look at his watch, it says like 5 or 10 minutes to 6. These people are just stupid. And they might be running this country. It scares the crap out of me. Scares me to death. We're going to have to see what happens. What they're going to do is do a full investigation, and they're going to say is, we don't know if a bullet caused it and directly hit president's ear or not. We just don't have enough evidence to make that conclusion. That's what's going to happen in the end. It might have, but we can't prove it. You know, I didn't see this. There was a video attached to this story that they took off of this website, PJ Media. And Christopher Wray actually said, when Jim Jordan asked him if all the bullets that were shot were accounted for. And he said yes, but I don't have that in front of me. What? Yeah, we accounted for all of them, but I can't remember if a bullet hit the president's ear or former president's ear. But we do know where all the bullets went. My God, my God. It's unbelievable. And Jim Jordan, in some ways, who I like, didn't follow up. And so if you had all 8, you would have remembered If you couldn't remember 8 things, the one you would have remembered if a bullet went through the ex-president's ear. Didn't follow up. Opportunity lost. Unbelievable. This is going to have more. This is why people come up with these harebrained conspiracy theories. Because you lie, you twist the truth. What is that? The lie of omission? I'm Roman Catholic, and they say that a lot. The lie of omission. But not telling the whole truth the same as lying? Yeah, a lot of the time it is. So there you go, Chris. You're going to keep your job to a minimum of January 20th at noon. In fact, your office will be cleaned out before that, but you'll be officially gone. And so will hundreds, if not thousands of others. And they know it. And they're scared to death. So rather than leave now and find a job, they're hoping that Kamala's going to save them. Dun, da, da. You people suck. And I'm embarrassed as an American citizen. Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.